And a warm welcome to our live stream viewers tuning in for this Thursday Night Thunder off-road session here at New Red Hobbies in Ocala, Florida. Just about get started here. We got 30 seconds left on warm-ups. First class tonight, stock buggy. 9 making the call this evening. See how close it is on the field. Find out if we have to run an A or a B main or not. Alright, boys and girls, no more laps, no more laps. Let's get them up by me here in the southeast corner of the track. Alright, just to remind our marshals out there, you can fix a ball cup, you can jiggle the power switch, or deal with the body tuck or some other body issue. Other than that, driver can drive the car to the side of the track. Anybody else can do whatever it takes to get back out there. Otherwise, it's done. All right, the order will be Reggie, Zach, Justin, Sean, and Robert. All right, Mr. Reggie on the tone. Zach. Justin. Sean. And Roberto. We're off and running. That last week we did one qualifier and double A mains. Mix things up a little bit. If it gets back to normal schedule, in a week or two, we'll probably change it up again. Maybe changing some of the layout here a little bit. We'll see. All right, 40 seconds into this one. Justin Sherman showing the way. O'Hara back 3/10. Montgomery by 1.4. Netzel back half a second in fourth. And Reggie back 3.6 in fifth. A couple of these guys are running 17.5 and 21.5 tonight. Oh, is that George down there getting beat by the young guy? Caution on the back straight. Take it tight. Take it tight. Guys, nobody needs to get hurt out there. Think smart. Some of us are getting up there in those years. If you're watching online, jump in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We want to know who the farthest away is. We have people watching from the UK, India, sometimes Alaska, Florida though. All right, O'Hara now to the top of the charts here. Top 3 separated by 5.6. That is O'Hara, Montgomery, Sherman, caution in the sweeper. And it is clear. Got Lutak tuning in. Watching the world's feed last night. A little bit of crowd on site tonight. Right now, you find our leader, Justin Sherman. Got the, oh man, that's like gold and black there, as far as I can tell. Tough to see on the camera. Right behind the blue car, coming down the back straightaway. Blue car is second place, that's Zach. O'Hara in the all black. Reggie in the red and blue. And Netzel out there in the fluorescent yellow, orange, and pink. (18.503) pace right now. They were on a 19-lap run for a couple of cars. Got to work together. Key to going fast is making the pass off the corner. Got a comment online, says, let our drivers know a tight track like this makes world champions. Yes, we try to raise a few of those around here. The state, be some national level champions. All right, Heat 2, Stock Buggy. That's race number 2. You guys need to be in staging. Tom Sherman, Josh Hall, Greg Rajna, Mark Van Neersen. Caution entering the back straight. Take it tight. Great job. "25 seconds, drivers. Your leader going over the ski jump." So O'Hara in a second by 3.8 now. Netzel behind him a little bit here. Here he comes across the line. Make that 4 seconds to third. Montgomery trying to run him down. Montgomery back 12.6. Oh, somebody got on the wrong side. That was Justin, our leader. Reggie is done. Just missed it by 4/10. Keep going, Netzel. Montgomery is done. O'Hara is done. Justin is done. Looking for the last one. Robert Netzel coming down the back straight, guys. Give him room. And shut it down. Top 3, 18 laps. O'Hara 5:04 on the top spot. Sherman 5:09. Netzel with a 5:10. Zach with 17 laps. It's that extra lap by about 6 seconds. And Reggie with 16 laps. First time, if I'm not mistaken, up on the big boy stock class. Is doing the double tonight. All right, as we talk in the drivers' meeting, please be prompt. The faster we get done with the round, the more track time you get in between rounds, and or the faster we get out of here. Some of these guys got some drives. That's a terrible webcam. Watch online, that is my view. Except it's probably a little clearer than that. All right, I think all my drivers are checked in. My marshals are heading on out here. Appreciate it. If you're watching online, get there, let us know how far away you are. I'd like to know who the furthest is. All right, guys, slow it down. Red light is on. Zach's going to open the door up here for you. Maybe get a little more airflow into the building. Now the sun is finally down. We're not going to go blind. All right, looks like they're going to tag up. Like Zach's going to take the roller for us. All right, drivers, bring them up to speed. Mr. Reggie, you got to... Well, you can stay right there. That'll work. All right, no more laps. No more laps. Grace. All right, got a minute's grace, guys. All right, get the old results up here. All right, when Mr. Hall gets back here, and at the end of his minute, it is Sherman, Hall, Rajna, and Van Neersen. Right now, your top three have an 18-lap run. So 6 seconds between them. So plenty of room there. We looked at some of the world's qualifying this past couple of days, and those guys were like 5 places for 7 to 8 tenths. How close it was. Good stuff. All right, that clock's starting to tick down here. What was he changing? Uh-oh. All right, he's back into it. Once again, the order will be Sherman, Hall, Rajna, Van Neersen. All right, check it. Make sure you're happy with it. I don't want to hear the grinding and stopping in front of somebody. All right, Mr. Tom, Papa Tom on the tone. Hall. Rajna. All the way up from Tampa. And Van Neersen here from Crystal River. Oh, we got one upside down already, and I think that was Hall. All right, Van Neersen throwing down the first heater, 16-4 to get to the top of the charts over Sherman by just over 10th. And he goes for the tumble Rooski. We're going to try a replay here. Nope, fail. Technology, ain't it great? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Caution the back straight. Oh, we got somebody losing drive here. And looks like that one's done. Something with drive line. Sherman had a 16-0 too. All right, we got a second round. He can throw a heater in there. Good chance everybody's going to be in the A tonight. We'll see. Van Neersen showing the way on a TQ run here. 19.511 coming across the line in that black and gray. Rajna and Hall have similar schemes, but Hall's a lot more big blotchy red and blue, or red and purple. And it looks like Rajna's red and gray. All right, Rajna at 16.5. He's back 4.7 at the line. Hall back 8.9. We know he's got a fast car. Got to keep it clean. Just about halfway, drivers. Independent, it's 21.5. You guys are up next. Got a big field of those, 7 of them in this one. Oh, Hall coming up a little short on the downside of the table. And not this time by, but last time by, Van Neersen, new fast lap, 15.68. Rajna with a 16.5. Hall, 16.2. Sherman had a 16.0. What are you guys doing to come up short on the tabletop? Killing me, Smalls. 95 seconds. Less than a minute to go. Once again, Independent 21-5. You guys are up. Van Neersen still rocking TQ pace here. He's got a lap on the field at the moment. Rajna behind him, coming across the line. He's back 17 seconds and rolls it over, entering the infield. Where Josh is at in relation to Greg. Comes Josh, 13.3. That is time. Race it out, keep going, keep going. Nobody's done yet. I believe Hall will be done this time by. Let's see. Yes, sir, he's done. 17.505. Gonna put it 6th so far. Track is hot, guys. Track is hot. And shut it down. Mark Van Neersen setting that new TQ. 19.507. Rajna, 18.510, going to line up 5th. And Hall, once again, 17 laps, going to put it 6th. Daddy Sherman is going to have to throw in a heater next round. All right, let's get those cars down on the table and head back out to Marshall. Got her big class of the night. Well, the big heat of the night, I should say. All right, I'll be checking in one time and park it so I can sort things out. All right, nobody's running back to back tonight, so we should have all 4 of these guys out here to Marshall. We might get one volunteer to help us out. All right, I need a check-in from Lineweaver. Thank you, sir. Reggie, if you're out there. And Mr. Jason Ralph bumping up from Sportsman. Figured he's going to try his hand at 21.5 tonight. Going to check it in here. And he's got his new own personal transponder. It's a new day for Jason Ralph. I need one at the tabletop here. Mr. Tom, can I get you inside the tabletop area there by the cone? You gonna be okay there? Yeah. Gonna be all right there? All right, I just want to make sure. I don't want people feel uncomfortable with certain things. I want to make sure we're good. All right, looks like Mark's gonna take the arm assign for us, and we're gonna bring these guys up to speed. Spread them out, gentlemen. Turn and burn. Got just over a minute. Again, no stopping on the track unless you're way outside the line here by me or in front of the driver's stand, somewhere you're not going to get creamed. Oh, we gotta check the weather. Gotta check the weather. This is not looking great for this weekend. Right now, 77 degrees. 25 Celsius for our fuzzy foreigner friends. All right, gentlemen, the order for this one is John Prentice. Haven't seen him out here in a while. Sean O'Hara, Dexter Smith, Jason Lineweaver, Jason Ralph, John Marcotte, and Reggie PJ. So what we have here is John Marcotte going to try to reestablish dominance in this class. Gonna find out he's got a lot of new fast guys to contend with here. All right, marshals, let's look alive here. Drivers, there's 70 out there. We're gonna be starting pretty quick here, so be on the ball. Mr. John Prentice on the tone in less than 5. O'Hara, Smith, Lineweaver, Ralph, Marco, and Reggie. And that's why we're starting fast, because here they come around the sweeper, crossing the line. Oh, a couple guys getting tangled up already. Remember, 5-minute qualifier. Work together. Caution in the sweeper. And we got a save there by O'Hara. Forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good social media thing. Help get the word of RC out. All right, 1 minute into it. Dexter Smith showing the way. See if we can't find his car. That's the 22X Low C. Out there in the new colors, green and black. Got a little tint of yellow there on the nose of it. Rocking that 22X. Hopefully he can do better with it tonight than we've seen some of the guys at the Worlds do. Like they were kind of struggling a little bit. Dexter, Sean back 1.5. Lineweaver 7/10 and third. Ralph back 4.2. John Marco 1.2 to fifth. Reggie behind him by 9/10. And Mr. John Prentice hasn't raced in like a year or so. Here he comes across the line. He is in 7th by 22 seconds here. Shame there. You got to knock the rust off before you get back to the top. Caution on the backside of the roller. And we're clear. 2:15 down, 2:45 to go. Oh, we got one stuck at the hairpin here. And looks like Dexter got tangled up in them a little bit. It's all good, though. They're back underway. Guys, faster cars got to find the way around cleanly. Oh, John throwing an elbow. I think that was Marco. Give him back the spot. Caution in the sweeper. Go high through the sweeper. And we're clear. Great job from Papa Sherman. $3:15 down, 1:45 to go. O'Hara to the lead at the line here. See what happens when Dexter crosses. And yes, that is it. Dexter back 1.2. Watch the replay. See if we can't get Marco's front flip here. Caution the start finish line. And we missed. Bum, bum, bum. All right, we got 13.5 wheeler and 1 2-wheel drive mod gonna race those guys. Buckland finally getting his butt back out here. Got scared when he saw I was showing back up for one race, and then I had to put a stock motor in it to run. And I think Jason, he might have missed a lap there. Sort it out here in a second. In Wheeler, we're up next. That is race number 4 or 5. Oh, we got Mayhem down at the north end of the track. They tied onto the straightaway, and we're clear. Caution on the roller. "19 seconds. Clock winding down here. 5 seconds. Keep going, keep going. Oh, somebody lost a wheel. Keep going, nobody's done yet. Pick the fine time to leave me. Caution to the south hairpin. Prentice is done. O'Hara is done. Guys, keep the track clear. Reggie's done. Dexter's done. Looking for John. And Jason Lineweaver. I think John's the one that's done. And shut it down, guys. Shut it down. O'Hara taking that one. 18-5-13. Dexter 5-19. Marco going to drop down the charts here in a second. Reggie was 17. Jason 17. That's Lineweaver. Looks like John's going to slide into 5th. Jason Ralph with 15 laps. And John Prentice with 14 laps. All right, once again, mixed class here. While we're waiting for them, let's talk about some of our sponsors here. If you're looking for fish tanks, aquarium, food, all the goodies for that, check out Mr. Josh Hall with Aquatic Source down on State Road 200. If you need your lawn mowed anywhere here in Marion County, hit up Mr. Aaron at Ron's Lawns. Give him a chance to earn your business. And if you're down in the Villages area, Summerfield, Kyle at Kyle's Home Solutions can help you out with some home improvement stuff. Those are some of our racers that have taken time out of their small business to help us out in our time of need. So we're doing a little promotion for them. So thanks to those guys. All right, I need a check-in from Van Neersen, Hall. Everybody else is good to go. Need 2 more marshals out there for this one. Like John's going to take the roller first. Thank you, sir. Get one in the south end here. Mr. Reggie. Down here by me. Yeah, right down here. Thank you, sir. No, like right here. Right here in the corner. Where the little camera mount is. That'll work. All right, drivers. Roll them off. You got 90 seconds. Mr. John Marcotte. I'm going to tell you, you might need to move back up a little bit so those guys can see. All right. We'll do after the warm-up here. All right, guys. Into this warm-up, we're going to address the carpet there. All right, guys, no more laps, no more laps. Let these guys fix the carpet here for us. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. All right, here comes Van Neersen. You guys a chance to get a lap or 2 out there. One more if you want it. And he promptly pipes it. Now they're just saucing the tires up last second. All right, guys, let's get him back to the starting area. Order for this one is going to be Buckland. Excuse me. Let me handle here. It's going to be Buckland, Montgomery, Netzel, Van Neersen, and Hall. Once again, Buckland, Montgomery, Netzel, Van Neersen, and Hall. Buckland on the tone. Less than 5. Montgomery, Netzel, Van Neersen, and Hall. All right, just tuning in. This is a mixed class. We got mostly 13.5 four-wheel drive cars. Although I have a feeling that, I don't know, Montgomery's always had some magic power out there with his car. And Buckland running a two-wheel drive. He had a 7.5 in it. Hoping to see some heater laps out of him. All right, everybody into the 16th right now. Netzel breaking into the 15.8 so far. Got Mike Range tuning in out in West Ocala. One down, four to go. All right, now Hall showing the way at 19.505. Van Neersen and Buckland battle out on a 5.09. Montgomery in a 5.12. Netzel in a 5.14. Couple new fast laps out there. Van Neersen 15.9, Buckland 15.8. Netzel down to a 15.6. And now it's a three-way battle between Buckland, Hall, and Van Neersen for that top spot. Montgomery and Netzel back a couple seconds there overall, but still well within striking distance. Oh, we got one flipped upside down up by the ProTech RC sign. Watch out. Van Neersen trying to take out our Marshall along with Hall. Hopefully wants to separate those guys in the pits later on. All right, just about three down, two to go. Right now, looks like Netzel on a 5.07 showing the way. 19-lap run here. Hall back 3/10 in second. Van Neersen 3.7 in third. Montgomery in fourth. Buckland falling back to fifth by, I don't know, a half a second here. Buckland's giving these guys a glimmer of hope. Save it for the main. Sportsman, you're up next. Start heading this way. Got a good class of that. It's Smothers, Andreas, Dolan, Melville, Martin, and Snow. Oh, Van Neersen doing a little freestyle. 30 seconds. Oh, watch out. Montgomery way offline there. That was impressive. 15 seconds. That is time. Race it out. Buckland is done. Missed it by 9/10. Keep going, everybody else. Montgomery's done. Van Neerson's done. Looking for Netzel and Hall to finish out here. Netzel's done. Last car, Mr. Hall. And shut it down. Looks like it's going to be Netzel setting that early TQ. 19,507, Hall 508. And woo, Van Neerson by 200ths over Buckland with 18.5 flat apiece. And Montgomery 18.504. All right, last race of first round of qualifying. Sportsman, let's get him down and checked in. All right, everybody stop. I need Mike Martin, and only Mike Martin to check in. All right, Anthony Smothers, if you're out there. Nope. Perry Dolan, if you're out there. Andy Snow, if you're out there. All right. Marshals are starting to get in position. Remind my drivers, red light is on. No hot laps. Cars may be driving backwards under red. And our marshals are going to jump on out there. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, boys and girls. Bring them up to speed. You got 90 seconds to turn and burn. Spread them out and give yourself some room. Some of these guys have not had any laps on this track. They haven't run in like months. Uh-oh. Pick the fine time to leave me loose, wheel. This is a reminder for our gentlemen to check your nuts. Men's health matters. This message brought to you by New Red Hobbies as a public service announcement. That Andreas, you gotta be kidding me. Get over there and fix that right meow. Bum, 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 bum. It's a walk of shame. Reminder, everybody, square it up and squeeze. You guys have the power, trust me. Square it up and squeeze. Got a minute's grace here for Jorge. Looks like Mike Martin's got a ball cup popped off there. Hopefully it's just popped off. I think he's running the Brokomo. Had one job. All right, Mr. Zach, we'll fix that here in the break. Got to get a screw out. As we'd quit breaking my track, man. Perfect. That's all you had to do right there. Just square it up and squeeze. All right, let's get him back to the starting area. The order will be Anthony, George, if he gets it out here. Harry, Sean, Mike, Jack, and Andy. And Jorge drove a while to get here. Make sure he at least gets a heat in here. What, he's wishy-washy about it? Stare at him with great intent. Cheer him on. There's got to be a spare nut out there. There's 20-some entries. Sure, we got a spare nut on the car. All right, once again, Mothers, Andreas, Dolan, Melville, Martin. That's Mike, Jack, and then Andy. We're going to have George take one lap here, see if anything else falls off. Give him a chance to get acclimated to the track. Once again, Mr. George, take a lap, please. Now, he's raced this car out here back in January, if I'm not mistaken, at Tom's Celebration of Life event. So it's got some laps on it. All right, as soon as he gets back here, we're going to go into this one. Last race of the first round. Once again, Anthony. George will be second. Colors on the tone. George. Terry. Sean. Mike. In 7-car heat, gotta get it going quick. Caution on the back straight. Woo, that was close. Yeah, bring it over to the marshal. He'll throw it over. All right. I didn't see what happened. Are you okay? All right. I know they went for you. All right, plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. Keep it in the middle. Drive the racing line. After 1 minute, these guys one more lap to go in a race order. Caution on the back straight. Take it to the wall, to the wall, to the wall. And we're clear. All right, it's Mike Martin showing the way. Jack Martin in second. Anthony Smothers third. George Andreas fourth. Sean Melville in fifth. Terry Dolan sixth. Andy Snow in seventh. Caution on the back straight. Caution on the roller. Caution on the roller. Again, guys, you have the power. Just square it up and give it a squeeze. All right, guys, it'll clean up here in the second round. Caution in the sweeper. This is Andy's first time on the track in a long time. He's going to be here tomorrow practicing all day with his vintage cars. He's going to Vegas. The Team Associated Vintage Off-Road Championships. Like a week or two. Definitely figure out why she's turning left, going down the big jump there. And Jack and Mike battled out on the track. But it's Mike Martin showing the way over Anthony Smothered by 4 seconds. 3 down, 2 to go. Caution in the sweeper. He's on the other side of the pipe, other side of the pipe. Other side of the pipe, other side of the pipe. It's all good. Marshall's getting a bit of a workout in this one. Like, we got a pizza here. If you ordered a pizza, he's by the roll-up door. 80 seconds left in this one. George, new fast lap 19.7. Mike Martin with a fast lap 17.4. Sean with a 17.9. Anthony 17.8. Jack with an 18.8 that time by. Caution in the sweeper. Now, one thing we know about Andy is he's consistent. We can build upon consistency. 45 seconds. Terry with a 19.5. Andy with a 24 that time by. New fast lap for Andy. We're gonna invent some Marshall shoes where you got a little blade sticking off the inside of your feet so you can kick save all these cars. Ten seconds. Mike Martin, new fast lap 17.4. Caution in the sweeper. And that is time. Keep going, keep going. I'll let you know when you're done. Keep going. Keep going. Anthony is done. Mike is done. Andy, keep going. Keep going, Andy. Terry is done. You guys should be done this time by. George is done. Sean is done. Jack is done. Looking for Andy Snow. Track is hot, guys. White car. White car. Still hot. It is 7:55. We're going to take a 20-minute break here and shut it down. New fast laps there for Mike and Anthony on the last lap. Mike taking it 16.503. Anthony, Jack, and Sean with 15. Terry and George with 14. And Andy with 11. All right, once again, it is 7:55. We're going to take a 20-minute break here. Get started up at 8:15. Round 2, 8:15. All right, 3 minutes on that clock for Stock Buggy Heat 1 of round 2. Get him down and checked in. All right, Sportsman needs your position. I got Jack out there. I got Anthony. Like Mike's on his way out there. And we need one more here at the south end and the hairpin. Meantime, drivers, so let's bring them up to speed. You got 140 to turn and burn. And Mr. Netzel, showing our problems already. Thank you, sir. Again, Sportsman, need you out here to marshal. Sir, in infield right now. Yep. And we should be okay with that for the most part. Get one more marshal down here right in front of me at the wall, the fence here. All right, guys, no more laps, no more laps. Let's bring him back to staging, starting area. All right, boys and girls, the order is O'Hara, Sherman, Netzel, Montgomery, and Reggie. Marshals look alive. O'Hara in less than 5. Right there is good, George. Right up, you know, that's fine. Either way. Sherman. Netzel. Montgomery. And Reggie. Right where the joins are. Right there is good. Perfect. Like butter. If they flip over in the sweeper, they slide right to you. Oh, watch out. Somebody getting wonky there. And that was Justin. Got some steering in that thing. Woo, watch out. Watch online and new to New Red Hobbies. We are a sealed clay track. Doing this probably for 10 years now. And most drivers will be gluing the sidewalls or their front tires. And some of our oval guys even glue their rear sidewalls. And even up on the front tread. Onto the tread. Cars from traction rolling. Jack Martin getting a little bit of a workout out there, coming onto that straightaway. All right, 90 seconds into this one, 3:30 to go. Sean O'Hare showing the way out there in the all black. Like he's coming down the back straightaway, around the sweeper, and across the line. for a 16-3. And do it again. Netzel in second in that yellow, orange, red. Justin Sherman rocking some gold and black there, if I'm seeing that correctly. Reggie in the red and blue, and Zach in the all blue. .230 down, 2:30 to go, just halfway. Drivers, plenty of time. Right now, everybody but Sherman and Montgomery improving their qualifying time at the moment. Fast lap is Sherman, 15.9. And this looks like it might be a good lap. Around the sweeper he goes, crossing the line with a 15.8. Finally starting to get her dialed in. I have a feeling Mr. Justin will be practicing tomorrow along with some of our guys going out to Vegas. Check the steering. Oh, rear ball cup. That back corner is off camber. It will force you out to the wall. It does have a little on camber to it. Hit it, you hit it. O'Hara, new fast lap, 16.0. Rocking a 19.515. Got to find about 8 seconds here to catch up for that TQ. 105 to go. Looking for heat 2 of 17.5 buggy. O'Hara, Netzel, Montgomery, Reggie back 2 seconds in fourth. Reggie has a 17.3, Zach with a 16.4, Netzel 16.5, O'Hara 16 flat. Sherman with fast lap 15.83, busted out. Montgomery, new fast lap 16.2. 5 seconds. That is time. Keep going, keep going. Car at the line is hot. Car at the line is hot. Another lap for Zach. Everybody's still on the clock. Nobody's done yet. Netzel is done. Everybody's still hot except Netzel. O'Hara's done. Marshals, hold your position, please. We got a couple more to finish out here. And shut it down. O'Hara taking that one 19 laps. 5:21. Going to improve his second place time. Netzel with 18. Going to improve his third place time. Reggie with 17. Montgomery 17. And Sherman out after 10. Right now, things are looking pretty good. Only 2 laps across the whole field here, except Papa Sherman. He's going to throw in some heaters this round and get a good time in. All my drivers are already checked in. Appreciate the promptness. Here come our marshals. Sure, Mr. Justin will get that car ready, dialed in for the next round. Looks like Reggie's got the arm assigned. In the meantime, drivers, you got 85 seconds to turn and burn. Mic check, mic check. All right, one more lap, guys. One more lap. On it. All right, looks like they're good to go. Order is Van Neersen, your current top qualifier. Rajna, Josh Hall, Tom Sherman. Remember, guys, bank a good time here. I'm pretty sure it's looking like an all full field A main. Let's keep it clean. Van Neersen in less than 5. Rajna. Hall. And Sherman. These boys starting to turn in some new fast laps here. Oh, we got one stuck on the pipe. Now is Rajna. Van Neersen showing the way. Just dropped a 15.9. Sherman with a 16 flat. Hall 16.3. And he comes back with a 16.1. Rajna with the long lap there. He got stuck on the pipe. He's got this next time by. Got a handful of our vintage guys here checking out their cars, shooting the breeze, all that good stuff. Looking like a good time out there tonight. Top 3 on a 19 lap run here. That's going to put them 1, 2, 3. That's Van Neersen over Hall by 2 seconds. Sherman back half a second. Third. Van Neersen coming by with a 15.6. $19,501 pace here. Sherman still back 4/10 in that third spot behind Hall. At 3/10 now. $250 down, $210 to go. Up next, 21.5. Start heading this way. Pizza guy is looking for a Justin. If you ordered pizza, it could be Justin Sherman back wall by the marshalling right now. He was just here like 20 minutes ago. Poor guy. And Hall working his way out of the infield. 1:05 to go, drivers. Once again, 21.5. You guys are up in 1 minute. That was impressive. Hall just landed the McTwist there off the tabletop. Dan Nearson still showing the way on a TQ run here, 19.505. He slipped up a little bit. Sherman on a 19.515, going to put it second at the moment, picking up 7 spots. Hall up 2 spots to fourth. Back 5.8 in that third place on the track right now. And Rajna back about 10 seconds in fourth. Got to find about 7 seconds here, and I don't think that's going to happen in the last lap. Keep going, keep going. Done. Keep going, Sherman. Hall is done. And Van Eerson's done. Hall is done. Sherman out there. Still hot. Gonna be a last car, guys. Marshals, hold your spot. Rajan is done with a 16.3. Here comes Daddy Sherman around the final corner. And shut it down. Mark Van Neersen not going to improve his TQ. He lost it there right at the end with that 19-second lap. Sherman bumping up 7 spots to second. That's Tom with a 19.515. Hall with 18.504. Going to bump up 2 spots to fourth. And Rajna not enough to improve his time. He's going to stay 7th after round 2. All right, big class of independent tonight. Got a couple guys jumping up from Sportsman here, testing them out. All right, everybody but Dexter and Reggie are checked in so far, and we're looking for our marshals. Thank you, gentlemen. Tom's got the important stuff down. I don't blame you, sir. I was gifted a slice, and I will say it was pretty darn good. All right, I got 1, 2, 3. I need 1 volunteer to help us out. I need 1 volunteer marshal to help us out. In the meantime, drivers, bring them up speed. You got 95 seconds. Van Neerson, you got 1 over here. You need 1 volunteer to help us out. I'm looking for Mr. Hall plus one volunteer to help us out. I get my volunteer to go to the Saybuck sign down on the far end, that'd be great. And Mr. Hall be down here with. I need one volunteer to help out the far end. You gonna do it? Yeah, if you would. The roller. I need somebody at the roller. One end, one spot or the other, don't matter. I just need somebody there. Thank you, sir. I know you're next. We'll give you an extra minute. We need it. That's what happens when you do a lot of the work. You help out a lot. You get a little extra grease. All right, gentlemen. Your order is O'Hara, Smith, TJ, Lineweaver, Marcoat, Ralph, and Prentice. That'll be good. All right, Marshals, look alive. These guys were pretty good last round. See how they do this time. O'Hara in less than 5. Dexter. Reggie. Lineweaver. Marcoat. Ralph. And Prentice. And we're off and running. Caution, entering the infield. We got one upside down. Remember, guys, pick the cars up out of the way. Let the traffic go by. Set it down when it's clear. All right, some new fast laps out there. O'Hara with a 16.3. Straightaway being only place that the 17.5 guys have any speed advantage right now. I think everybody else is pretty even in the corners. Whoa, watch out. Guys, be safe out there. Be safe. Caution coming on the straightaway. And we're clear. 25 down, 3:35 to go. Top 2 ahead of the TQ. That's O'Hara and Lineweaver. Nice nose bonk from O'Hara, styling and profiling. Bet he can't do that again. Lineweaver, new fast lap, 16.6. Dexter Smith having the fast lap of the race, 16.2. See if we can't find him. Coming across the start-finish line now. Back behind our leader by 6.2. He's all the way down 4th right now. It's O'Hara, Lineweaver, Marcoat, your top 3 ahead of the current TQ. Dexter back 1.8 in 4th. Jason Ralph back 2 seconds in 5th. Reggie behind him by 7 seconds in 6th. And John Prentice back a little more in 7th right now. John shaking the rust off after a long hiatus. Oh man, was that Jason giving Reggie some room and then takes it back from him? Trying to establish dominance. Caution by the tabletop. 3 down, 2 to go. Up next is our Wheeler class plus Mr. Buckland and 2-wheel mod. .90 seconds. Top 3 ahead of the current TQ still. O'Hara out front by 4.9 over Lineweaver. Marco back 2.1. Dexter back 2.3. Let's clean it up, guys. And Wheeler and Pro 2-Wheel, you guys are up next. 50 seconds to go. Sherman thought he was going to get the easy spot to Marshall out there. There are no easy spots. Caution coming on the straightaway. And we're clear. 30 seconds, guys. Reggie, new fast lap, 17-1. Reggie been racing for a little while. He's starting to pick it up a bit. Making those improvements. 10 seconds to go. At a 17 flat. He might actually add another lap there. We'll see here at the end. O'Hara is done. Keep going. Dexter is done. Reggie is done. Lineweaver done. Looking for Marcote, Ralph, and Prentice. Ralph is done. Looking for Marcote and Prentice. Everybody else just hold position. Reggie, track is hot. Track is hot. And shut it down. Top three beating out that TQ. Mr. Sean O'Hara taking 18.503, Lineweaver 509, Smith 511, Marcote 525, Jason was 17, Reggie was 16, maybe 17. He had a really long lap there that might be divisible. And maybe not. And John Prentice was 15, improving his time as well. All right, all right, all right. Wheeler, 2-Wheel mod. Let's get him down and checked in. All right, looks like we have some more marshals out there. Drivers bring them up speed. That's the promptness I'm talking about right there. Bam. Reggie down here by me is fine. Reggie. Yeah, that'll work. Mr. O'Hara, we'll fix the carpet here as soon as the warm-up's done. Ooh, heard somebody tag the wall there. I think that was Montgomery. Let's see if that car finishes the round. Definitely do not want to tag those walls. Those are 2x12s. The pipe you see is hard suction hose. Caution on the back straight. All right, guys, we're going to pause for the cause here. All cars stop, all cars stop. Fix the carpet again. That's how much power you guys are putting down. You're dragging like a 4x8 sheet of carpet around. All right, boys and girls. Order is... Oh, hold on, I gotta go to the sheet here for that. Oh, Billy! Oh, you son. All right, the order is gonna be Netzel, Paul, Van Neersen, Buckland, and Montgomery. All right, current TQ. Well, it's 19 laps and something, so Netzel on the tone. Paul, Van Neersen, Buckland, and Montgomery. And this is a mixed class. Might show up on the screen a little wonky. Van Neersen putting it in the infield. All right, that first round TQ was 19.507. And in mod, it was 18.5 flat. Right now, I got a couple guys beating that first round TQ overall. At the line, overall, it is Netzel, Buckland, Van Neersen, Montgomery, and Hall. And so far, down to two guys now beating the original TQ a little bit here. Netzel and Buckland. Neersen in third, Montgomery in fourth, Hall hot on his tail. Just past halfway, drivers. And looks like Montgomery doing a little monster trucking out there. All right, sportsmen, start thinking about it. You're up in 145. That's Anthony, George, Terry, Sean, Mike, Jack, and Andy. Caution, entering the back street. Montgomery, new fast lap 15.7. Buckland 15.6, Netzel 15.6, Van Neersen 15.5, Josh Hall with the fast lap 15.547. Excuse me, 15.475 even. Marco getting to work in down there at the north end. Come out here in jeans, guys. Cut me a break. Overall leader, Netzel by 0.8 over Van Neersen. Buckling back a couple seconds in third. All in fourth by a little bit. Montgomery trying to run him down here. They are separated by 1.4 between Josh and Zach. All is done. Netzel's done. Buckland, keep going. Van Neersen's done. Montgomery done. Track is hot. Last car out there at the north end. Last car coming down the straightaway. And shut it down. New TQ for your Wheeler 19504. Robert Netzel. Van Neersen with a 505. All with an 18.5 flat. Montgomery 502. And Buckland with a 19.515. All finishing out there in the last lap of the 15.35 new fast lap. I told you he's sandbagging. All right, guys, red light is on. Check it in and park it. All right, just looking for Andy Snow to get checked in. My marshals are heading out there. Thank you, gentlemen. That'll work for now. Drivers, bring them up to speed. You got 140 to turn and burn. Get them facing the right direction and roll them off. Andy, you might want to double check the trim there. I don't know if it's trim, camber, or what. She keeps wanting to drift left there on that back jump. All right, gentlemen, let's bring it on back. Bring it on back. Because you've lost that love and feeling. All right, the order is Mike Martin, Anthony, Jack Martin, Sean Melville, Terry, George, and Andy. Marshals, look alive. Drivers, just running to remind you, if you drive over somebody, you got to at least yell your favorite monster truck. Loud enough so I can hear it. All right, Mike Martin on the tone in less than 5. Smothers. Jack. Sean. Terry. George. And looks like Andy's calling the ball. Caution in the sweeper. Plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. Hit your marks. Guarantee you'll have decent times. Just hit your marks. Caution the back straight. Go out to the wall, guys. To the wall. There's Van Neersen out there shuffling things around for you. Plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. And somebody went for a tumble on the ski jump and landed it. All right, it's Mike Martin showing the way after 4 laps. Anthony Smothers back 2.5. Sean 2.1. Terry 9/10 in 4th. George Andreas back 1.4 in 5th. Jack Martin back 6 and change. And Andy trying to run them all down here. We got one on the back of straight. Other lane. Caution in the sweeper. And we're clear. This side, mark this side. All right, 2:15 down, 2:45 to go. Andy driving all over somebody there. I think it was Andy. Coming across the line. Yes, that was. He went. Not quite monster trucked him. $3:15 down, 1:45 to go. Caution on the back straight. And we're clear. At the line, it's Anthony Smothers showing the way on a new TQ run going here. Ooh, these boys styling and profiling over this ski jump. That was 3 wide there. No, this is the 500. Fast lap from Smothers, 17 flat. Martin, that's Mike, 17.8. Sean, 17.8. George, 18.6. Terry, 19.1. Jack with an 18.8. And Andy with a 22 flat. With 1 minute to go. And looks like Mike Martin back to the lead now. Anthony with a bad lap there. Mike throwing down a new heater, 17.2 for himself. Anthony with a 19.2. 2.2 for the lead here. Sean Max 7.4. Jorge Andreas trying to run him down. Terry back 4.2. Jack 8.3 and 6. One by the roller, one by the roller. That is time. Race it out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Mike Martin, you're done. Caution on the roller. Caution on the roller. Caution on the roller, guys. Mike's the only one done. Keep going, Andy. Keep going. Terry is done. Turn around, Andy. Finish it out. John is done. Anthony's done. George done. Looking for Andy. Everybody else is done. Shut it down. Mike Martin taking that one, setting a new TQ. 16 laps, 5:03. Picked up 4/10 there. Sean Melville bumping up 2 spots to second with a 5:17. Smothers with a 5:21, dropping a spot but improving his time and going to end up third. Terry Dolan bumping up 1 spot to fourth overall with a 15:5:12. George Andreas with 15:5:17, going to stay sixth but improve his time. Jack Martin dropping 2 spots to fifth with that 15 lap run. And Andy Snow going to improve his time but stay seventh. That is the end of qualifying. We are going to take a 20-minute break here. Well, just about a 20-minute break. We're going to get started at 9:20. It's just 2 after right now. So once again, the mains at 9:20. I'll have the sheet posted here in just a few minutes, and then the timing will be up then.